All right, welcome back, Sales to CEO. Listen, we're talking about something today that I'm just pleading with my car people. Stop lying to yourself. This is a two-part series. We're going to cover a few different lies that I think we all tell ourselves. And the reason why I know we tell ourselves these lies is because I told them when I was selling cars, but I want to dispel all of that. And I want you to get gut level serious about you, yourself, your career, your advancement, where you're going, and most importantly, getting to that next level, right? So we're talking about that with sales to CEO, going from sales to sales manager, manager to general manager, or just being a phenomenal sales manager or being a phenomenal salesperson. Either way, this is gonna help you. So here's the lies I'm gonna cover. Part one, we're gonna cover just two of them. Part two, we're gonna cover the rest of the three. So here's the lies as we always tell. Number one, no traffic, right? That's what we tell ourselves all the time, no traffic. Another lie we tell ourselves is, man, I can't do this. I don't know if the car business is for me. Three, we tell ourselves we're not going to get paid enough, or I'm not getting paid enough, or the commission structure's not right. Then we tell ourselves my schedule just sucks, right? The car business, the hours, and I'm going to show you how to dispel that one as well. And then the other one that we tell ourselves, which really drives me nuts, is it will be super hard for me to get promoted. Again, all of these are defeating mindsets. All of these will keep you down at the bottom and will keep you from going to the next level. And that's what we're all about, is getting to the next level. So let's talk about the first one. We're talking about no traffic. Think about it. Where does your traffic come from? Well, when you think about it and when I think about it, what we predominantly tell ourselves is what comes on the phone, what comes on the lot, and what comes through the web, right? Through the internet. And to a certain degree, I wouldn't disagree, right? This is where the natural flow of traffic comes from. But as a professional, somebody who is wanting to go to the next level, you have to create that traffic. So I'm gonna go through some opportunities that maybe you are doing well, maybe some you're not doing so well. The first one is referrals. Now, in dealerships that I've run, in dealerships that I've been in, I've seen it over and over, and it's an incredible task. Every single time we do a car transaction, we're asking for referrals. And what I find most often is you will get a referral, or we don't even call them referrals, we call them references. We'll get those references only when the deal stips it. When there's a stipulation from the bank that requires us to get these references, we'll grab them. And then you know what they do? They go in the deal jacket, they go in the finance office, and from the finance office, it goes to accounting and never to be seen again. You didn't even get the referrals. You didn't even get the references. Listen to me. If you have the opportunity to get references, get referrals, people you've just sold a car to, people that could be in the market for a car, people that know the person you just sold the car to, this is traffic sitting on the table. And again, this is between you and you. You either have the discipline, the fortitude to actually ask for the referrals, and then the next step is to actually call those referrals, actually work that system. If you don't have a system, again, you can go to salesandceouniversity.com. You can find the system. Everything I talk about, you can find. If you don't have a dialed in system, you don't have it ready to go, it's costing you money. And more importantly, if you've got a family, you've got children, it's costing your family money. And it's something you can do right now. Number two, service drive. Again, I don't know if you realize this, and I've covered this in many other videos, and I'll say it again, 40 to 60% more traffic in service today. Right now, you're waiting on 10, 12, 15 ups that come through the front door. Meanwhile, there's 45, 50 coming through the back door. Again, the service drive. So I ask you, do you have a system? Do you have a system even working? Most of the time, you're gonna say no. Here's the unfortunate part with service customers. For whatever reason, what I find in most car dealerships is most salespeople, they don't even know how to approach a customer. They don't even know what to say. You gotta have a system, right? You're either part of the exchange team, the acquisition team. You should have a separate pencil for those customers. You should be offering free appraisals for those customers. They're there. They're in the service drive waiting for right now. Again, it's a golden opportunity. Again, I've got the whole system that you could get at your disposal, but you're gonna have to be willing to actually go through it. So you've got referrals, you've got the service drive. Then we talk about your sold customers. Now, listen, if you have no strategy for your sold customers and you've been at the dealership 2 years, 3 years, and you see people walking back in the showroom all aggravated and mad because somebody else got your deal, well, you say it's your deal, but you haven't talked to Miss Johnson for 2.5 years, and they come in and buy a car, and now all of a sudden you want half the deal. Well, I don't know that you deserve half the deal. You should have a strategy. They're your customers. You sold them birthdays, anniversaries. This is so wide open. You've been in dealerships, you're watching this video, you're in the car business, you know it. Nobody does this properly. Nobody thinks about the customer once they've sold them. I used to do something that I used to do all the time with my sold customers. I would actually invite them out to lunch. Literally, take the time to invite them out to lunch. Why? Why would I do it? Number one, I've already sold the car. What would be my agenda? I've already sold them. Why would I offer them to go to lunch? And by the way, if you offer your customer to go to lunch, I promise you up front, because I did it, 90% is going to turn you down. They'll be appreciative, but they'll decline anyways. But if you're that cheap, you can't even take them to lunch, you've got probably an issue with yourself and money to begin with. But if you can get them to lunch, build some rapport and build that relationship, again, we're talking more referrals. Traffic. Where does this traffic come from? Referrals, service drive, your sold customers. Where's the next one? Facebook. We talk about this. I talk about this. I'm so committed and convicted. And once again, in the Sales CEO University, the program, you've got the Facebook marketing, branding, and advertising strategies for you. You should literally have 31 days lined up every single month. Not 3 months, not 10 months, 12 months, back to back, 31 days, 365 of what you should be saying and relaying to your customers on a daily basis through Facebook. You should become the automotive expert, more than just giving the deal. But you got to have a strategy. If you don't even have your personal Facebook page, if you don't have a landing page, if you're not doing some of the basic bare bones stuff, having your inventory, your dealership's inventory on your Facebook page, okay, you've got much work to do. But again, think about traffic. What's the number one lie? There's no traffic. Again, with referrals, service customers, your sold customers, and Facebook, there's a ton of traffic. And the last thing I'm going to tell you is your follow-up. Now, when I think about follow-up, there's some strict guidelines that I look at. A couple things you need to know is the KPIs, the straight numbers. Number one, all phone ins, all phone ups, you should be closing at 20%. Everybody that walks on the front lot, you should be good enough to close at 30%. Any internet leads you get should be 10% close ratio, and those campaign leads, we call those the service drive, and those Facebook, all those additional leads, 10% close ratio. You should be closing, and you should be tracking 17.7%, 18%, 17 to 18% of all total phone lot, web, and campaign should be closing. This is an ample opportunity for you to make car deals. Again, 33% of all your customers should be B-backs. 33% of all unsold customers. 10 come in, 3 buy, 7 leave. That leaves you 33% of those 7 should be coming back, and the number they should close at is 65% on a B-back. Again, your own personal follow-up is enough to generate even more traffic. And then on appointments, you should have 50% of your appointments show and 50% of your appointments should close. And that's simply just talking about the traffic. Now, let's talk about number 2. Here's a lie. I can't do this. You can't do what? Think about what you're saying. I can't do this. There's nobody born out of the womb that's a phenomenal salesperson. You've got to work on the craft. There's nobody born great at anything. Everything is developed over time. I always use football analogies. You think of the NFL, it never ceases to amaze me when I think about these guys that are grown men, 22, 23, 30-year-old men. Every day they go to practice. And one of the first things they do is the calisthenics, and they get in groups and they line up and they do their drills where they're running. These guys have been doing this since Pop Warner days. Guys, I've said it and I'll say it again. The NFL stands for not for long. That's what it stands for. And if you don't do the things you need to, you won't be in the business long. But it has nothing to do with you can't do this. It's the skill sets and the mindsets, and you're responsible for both. Develop your mind on a daily basis and develop the skills. You should be working on your skills. I look at it like this. You know that I got the Sales to CEO program, and I've got boot camps and webinars, and I've got books and things that I market and merchandise. But here's what it drives me crazy. A car person will spend $300 on some clothes. Will spend, I don't know, $200 on a pair of shoes. Look good on the outside, but they'll spend $0 inside the mind. Can they develop spiritually? Can they develop with their skills? Can they get better? Very few will take the time to actually spend money on themselves to help them overcome this lie of I can't do this. No one is coming to save you, and no one is to save me. Listen, these are 2 of the lies of the 5 lies. Part 1, part 2 is coming to follow this. You need to catch the part 2. Again, do me a big favor. If you've liked what I've shared, do me a favor, comment below. Let's go back and forth. If you disagree, comment below. Subscribe to the channel. Again, until the next video, this is Louie Herron with Sales to CEO.